Gee Louise, Young Donut's doing another one of those promo things before the episode starts. Well, you bet your sweet ass I am. Young Donut, back at it again. And we're here to talk about... And I'm here to thank you guys so much for all your continued support, and to thank you all who participated in the Mute City Customs Controller giveaway. Gotta shout out those homies out again. Typo, N-Freak, Ceresium, you guys super homies for supporting us for the first 10 episodes or so of the show. They're still supporting us, but we're off of their giveaway, so I want to thank them so much. The giveaway has been done. What we move on to now is our next giveaway. Our next giveaway is sponsored by these beautiful people over at Stentorian Co. You go check them out on Instagram. Go check them out on Twitter. I don't think they really have anything else. Check them out on those things. Maybe Facebook. I don't know. But what is Stentorian Co.? Well, what is this in my hand? What is this? Because it doesn't just cover your genitals. No, it's used for a mask. Come on, oh my god. I look so swaggy. Anyway, so we're going to be giving away one of these bad boys, but not with this design. No. The winner that gets chosen gets to pick whatever design within reason, because they can only fit so much and it can only print so much. I think it's through a printer. I don't know how it works, but the design can only be so complex, fit onto one of these, but you get to pick what goes on as long as it's within those reasons, and it's for free. No purchase necessary. It's going to go down the same way that my controller giveaway went down. We're going to do it at 300 followers. It's going to be done with the donuts, so if you have spare donuts still, make sure you use them when that giveaway happens. If you subscribe, you get 100 donuts, so that's a perk. Make sure you subscribe because we affiliated, boy. Yeah, I think that's all I got to say. Shout outs to them for helping us out with that giveaway. Make sure you go follow them on Instagram and Twitter. And that's all I've got to say. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode today. Peace out, boy. What is up with it, world, and welcome to The Bakery, your favorite SSBM podcast, I hope, because I've been doing my darndest to help you guys enjoy the podcast. But with me tonight is my favorite Ganon of all time. Kage, I love you. Eichelman, I love you. All the Ganons out there, I love you. But, this guy made Ganon look like the sickest character in this entire freaking game. My man, Kyoto Gaming's own Bizzarro Flame. Bizz, how you doing, my man?
Hey, I'm doing great, man. Thanks so much for asking. How about yourself?
Doing very, very well. Very excited to get to talk to you tonight. And for those of you listening, I want to give a quick heads up. We have some business that he's going to have to attend to, so this might be a rather short interview, but to all of you that are sticking around and here to enjoy, I hope you guys have a good time. Make sure you drop any questions you might have in the chat. And without further ado, let's get going here. So, Bizz, if you would like to give a quick introduction about who you are, where you're from, just who is Bizzarro Flame?
All right, great. Yeah, thank you very much for the introduction. So, yeah, my name is Jason T. Yoon. I reside in Los Angeles, California, but a lot of people have been confused as to where I'm actually from. Am I from SoCal? Am I from NorCal? Well, the truth is that I've been moving up and down somewhat just because mainly because of my higher education, such as including college and graduate school. So that's why you guys might be confused as to where I'm actually residing at presently. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like a Where's Waldo version, Bizzarro Flame version.
Where's Bizz?
But yeah, there's not much to say about myself except that I just love melee. I play this game mainly because I just have so much fun with this game, and I really appreciate all the support that I get from the community. And you guys have been truly wonderful to me, and I really owe a lot to you guys for shaping me who I am into today.
Oh, dude, that is so sweet. Oh my god. I mean, quite frankly, from what I've seen, as far as you being in the community, you always seem so respectful and so nice to people. How can people treat this guy badly? Come on, I don't see it. So, how long have you been playing the game? How long have you been playing Melee?
So it's funny. So when I first picked up the game, it was actually Current player right now by the name of the Phenom, also known as Phenom 2009. He's actually a Game Watch main.
Oh,
believe
wow.
it or not. Yeah, so he's actually really good. He took out players like Mike Hayes during the days, and Kira when he used to main Sheik, and he actually got 33rd place at Smash Gods and Gatekeepers. He almost made it into the drafting. Shoot.
Holy moly.
With 100% Game Watch also.
Dude, Game & Watch is underrated. I totally think Game & Watch is underrated.
Yeah, his neutral game's is definitely not bad.
Definitely.
But sorry to get sidetracked. But so basically, he's the one who introduced me to the game, not to the competitive scene, but just to casual melee. And I was definitely the worst one in my group, and
really?
I played this game I guess ever since casually since 2004, picked it up, and then I used to play a wide variety of characters.
Oh boy, did we lose him? Why the tag? Why the name Bizzarro Flame?
This is like the number one most asked questions actually.
I can imagine.
Towards me. So it's just so silly. It's so in high school, it wasn't particularly a name made up for Melee, but it was just for general online stuff, just online gaming, and even one of my first email accounts. So I want to create a name that's just so that's like a very unique and just it's out of this world.
Right.
And then I was thinking, okay, maybe I can get some cool name if I make synonyms out of like everyday words such as cold, ice, or fire or something like that. So I was like, okay, well, why don't I take something that's pretty cool to kids? So I'll take the word crazy and fire and find synonyms for them.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, lo and behold, we got Bizzarro Flame. So yeah, that's what's it called? So that's basically the birth of the Bizzarro Flame name.
The birth of Bizz. I love it.
Exactly. And you can't have young D0nut without the flame, right?
That's very true. A friend of mine, I feel like I reference this kid in every episode, but my buddy Wild, he likes to go by Young Wild Fuego, and I think it's always funny that like the D0nut and the Fuego we've now combined. It's a good time.
Oh, that's beautiful, man.
Thank you. So I guess you might have actually said this while you were cut out, but I was wondering, just in case, the maining Ganon, did you main Ganon like from the start of wanting to play this game competitively, or I feel like I heard you saying you played like a variety of characters, and was Ganon just the one that you were most comfortable with and stuff?
I would say so, and that there's actually more of an interesting story behind it. So I thought that I settled on Luigi as a solid main, like right after the point of which I learned about advanced techniques. So I actually did pretty decent at a local high school tournament, and I actually got second place at that one, and I wasn't even that good. And the weird thing is that for that high school tournament, like there was a tiebreaker for the fourth through I guess the one coming from the winners bracket was waiting for grand finals, but then they want to do a tiebreaker for the second, third, and fourth just to see who plays against the grand finals. So it was me, the Phenom, and this other guy named, I think his real name was Edwin, and we just duked it out, and then Edwin got taken out first.
Oh, okay.
And then we thought that it just ended right there. We thought that we have to play a 1-on-1. So we just messed around and I just hit him and just treated it like a casual. But no, it was actually the winner who got to advance to the grand finals instead of having a separate match. So I was like, what the heck? But I felt bad because the Phenom didn't get to advance because I beat him during the free for all. So that's basically how it worked.
That's so strange. And then eventually you just switched to Ganon at one point?
Not at that moment, but shortly afterwards, I was still kind of the worst in my group, surprisingly enough. And I just decided just to pick a random character. Just I don't know for what reason, but then I chose I guess when I chose a random cursor, and pressed A outside the character selection screen, it randomly chose Ganondorf. So I was like, oh, okay, let me try this character out. And then just destruction happened, man. I just beat the shit out of all my friends.
Oh no, not again.
Yeah, so that's basically how I picked up Ganondorf.
Just through the random choice. And it so
pretty
happened to
much.
land on your most... Probably... I don't think people would argue you're the most stylish Ganon, so... Definitely in the right drawing. We take it.
All right, yeah. So life is a lottery sometimes, you know.
True. Let's go. Sometimes you go out like a buster.
That's right. Yeah. So I think that pretty much answers your question.
Oh, definitely. I was gonna even transition. Speaking of busters, we got the Apex 2015 money match. Not money match. The Salty Suite that I want to talk about. Which actually, I guess that is a good question. Was there money on the line for this?
Yeah, and I mean it was a respectable amount. It was I think it was like $100 or something like that.
Oh, okay.
You know?
See, I didn't know if there was like actually money on the ground, because the whole saying of easy money just blows my mind when you're under a perspective that it's just like a friendly or something like that, but like maybe a pride match, but there was actually money on the line. And Eichelman got shit on for that. Like, damn.
Well, I mean, he's back then he was like an up and coming Ganondorf main, and he was actually pretty good during that time, and I think it was just it was partially due to the stage fright, I think, and
could be, yeah. Of course, I'm not trying to throw shade at anyone. Ian, love you, man. I would love to have you on the podcast. I was actually wanting to try and talk to him and have both of you on the podcast for this episode, but time got away from me. I didn't get a hold of it. Maybe I'll talk to him another time, but definitely not throwing shade at Eichelman. He's amazing. He would probably force stock me every time. But good stuff to him, and you guys definitely played it very well. I was going to ask about how did the Salty Suite come about planning for... Because it was originally supposed to be you and Kage. Now, with that, did you ever meet Kage, like, before Apex?
I met him at Genesis 2, which took place in 2012. And I think he only started to notice and respect me when I got around the same placing as he did in Genesis 2.
Okay.
That was... So, yeah, so we made it through the through the death pool. And we pretty much got like 25th place or something like that. It was like, oh wow, so another Ganondorf made it this far.
Yeah.
So I was like, so we played only 2 friendlies for some reason during that time.
Oh wow.
And it was weird. We played on Yoshi Stories for both friendly matches, and we both four-stocked each other.
Oh
shit! So random. Yeah. So that's why I was like, you know what? I think it can go either way if we ever face, and it all depends on who has a momentum. I think just because the Ganondorf matchup is such a momentum heavy battle, and it all depends on who's feeling better that day, or who's just on fire that day, and that's basically. And the thing is that there was this one weird West Coast rivalry against the world, I guess. So West Coast thought that they were like, especially California, thought that they were better than everyone else. So people want to hype up my match versus Kage because it's like because there was a Ganondorf from California. There's the undisputed number one back then up until the time of the Salty Suite, because it was arguable who was actually the best around that time, you know?
Right.
So that's basically how it came about, and I was actually really disappointed when Kage couldn't make it, because I think he had some illness right before the Apex event. Yeah, so Eichelman subbed in because he was a pretty good Ganondorf back then.
Right.
I think it would have been a pretty good match.
Had you met Eichelman prior to the Salty Suite?
Oh yeah, he actually saw both me and Kage as a role model back then.
Awesome.
So we actually met at a few events beforehand, and he was really cool. and everything. And he was a friend to me, to tell the truth. I think.
Oh, okay.
So he was a homie to me, and we treated the Sawtooth as like a fun, friendly thing,
right?
Until like it kind of got blown out of proportion.
Well, yeah, I can imagine people, because that's what I was even going to ask. If you had said like maybe not, I was going to say, did you have any prior bad blood? But knowing that you guys were friends, like that actually lightens up the situation a lot, because I bet people look at that and they just go like, oh my god, Bizz was so BM, but it was kind of like, I don't know, like what's the word I'm looking for? Like you backed it up, like you kind of had the guts to back it. So, okay.
Oh, man.
Now, I think I have the answer for this one, because I was watching, what was I watching prior? The GRSmash, like, hypest moments of Bizzarro Flame or something. Your best moments ever. Mm-hmm. And my question was going to be, did you practice and stretch to be able to perform that IRL up tilt? And
I practice almost every day for the 2 weeks, prior to the event.
Nice.
But then, I already had the thing. The reason I'm so flexible is that I participate in martial arts, specifically Taekwondo during my middle school and high school years. So I developed a lot of flexibility as well as technique for my kicks, so this actually came from somewhere.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I was gonna say those pants look super tight. Like that. Right now, I have the Apex photo of the up tilt like at its peak, and I just look at these pants and I'm like, oh my god, are you okay? Does everything still work? Are we all right?
It could have turned into something that was embarrassing more for Eichelman.
True.
Rather than very embarrassing for me, because that could have been a whole separate SpongeBob SquarePants episode. I swear. The one where he rips his pants or something like that.
I was gonna say there are like 3 situations that would really suck. A, you rip the pants. B, you slip backwards. Or C, when you up tilt into the ground, you somehow like actually gain Ganon power and just stomp through the ground.
Oh,
you just put a giant hole in the stage and everyone's like, "Jeez, Bizz,
oh
the
god,
hell, man."
I'm actually curious as to what would have happened if I did rip a hole through the floor. That would have been weird. It would have been both.
Eichelman just gives up right there. He's just like, "Dude, sorry, holy shit."
Oh jeez. And then I should have been if I made a hole, and then I should have said right afterwards, oh, and by the way, hell is calling for you down there.
Oh my god, talk to him.
Oh jeez.
Oh, yeah, that would have been great.
But yeah.
So my next question was gonna be, was anything like, did you prepare what you were gonna say like to him the night before? Did you plan any of that stuff? I know the fraud thing, I think was known you were gonna say, because you did an interview before the actual Apex interview where Scar talked to you, and I know you called him a fraud on that. But then the easy money, was that just spontaneous, or were you aware you were gonna tell this kid off, or tell Eichelman off?
Actually, I didn't. I including the fraud phrase, I didn't even plan that out until 5 minutes before I was on the stage, I guess.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was just on the spot. Yeah.
Nice. I like it.
Yeah, gotta think on my feet. I'm just kidding.
Hey, I mean, you came up with some hilarious stuff. Was there?
Oh man, I don't know what made me think of those stuff. I didn't even. It's kind of weird. Actually, I'm confused now, because I said that I practiced stretching like 2 weeks prior to the event.
Yeah.
But I didn't actually. I don't know. I might be contradicting myself, but now that I think about it, I don't remember planning out an up tilt like until right before I went on the stage, because I remember telling Scar what I was gonna do, like right when I came up on the stage.
I know there was one clip of you practicing doing up tilts on like tangerines or something in your room.
Oh yeah. That was like 2 or 3 months after the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Huh. Who knows? Maybe that's what we were thinking of then. it might have been thoughts of afterwards. Nevertheless, this man had the flexible experience, and he was ready to lift his leg that high. I'm looking at the picture again. It just blows my damn mind. How do you? I'm trying to lift my leg up right now, and it just I can't even stretch it out all the way and lift it very far. I'm just not. God, I'm not flexible. So,
oh man, don't worry about it. It's not even useful in sports, I swear, man. But
I don't know, man. If I could up tilt someone into the ground like that, I would love it.
That's funny. Shoot. Yeah, I think my most flexible moment was during my high school when I actually almost bled from this, but I didn't up tilt, and then I kicked my own ear. That was painful.
God.
Oh my god, that was not good.
You kicked your own ear. I feel like that's even further than this up tilt. Oh my god.
Yeah, and I was really rusty with this up tilt, actually, for the Apex 2015.
So situation number 4 of worst things that could have happened, you kick yourself in the ear.
There we go. Kick myself in the head.
Oh my god.
Knock myself out and the salty sweet gets cancelled. Oh jeez.
That would have been probably the most mixed reaction crowd. Like half the people dying of laughing, the other half like, "Oh my god, is he okay? Get this guy."
I know, right?
Oh my god, that'd be so great. Oh man. So let's move on from the Apex Salty Sweet just to open up a little bit more time for us.
Next Salty Sweet, right?
Yeah, I'm excited to see that one. Especially after just watching, this is kind of like an impromptu thing, watching the you versus the quote-unquote baddies. There were actually 2 things, I don't even have this written down, but there were 2 things I actually wanted to bring up about that. One, how awesome it is to see how, like, a company you are and, like, helpful and nice to the quote-unquote baddies. I can't, like, name everyone, obviously, but to all those players, you seemed like very nice and very humble to all of them, and like it seemed like it was a really fun time for you. And then there was another moment that happened during that. I think you gave almost like a mini speech about talking about the community and just how nice people are and how you just see all these people as like great I'm paraphrasing this terribly, but you were saying just like how the community is really great and how they've helped you out with like a lot of things, and it just seemed like it was a very heartfelt speech about the community. And I could even ask real quick, was there any it sounds weird to say this, but like any backing to that story? Like, was there anything that you just like you really wanted to get it off your chest to say like how much you appreciate the community and stuff like that? Or was it just hey, I have the outlet to do it, I'm gonna talk about how much I love the community real quick, you know?
Well, it was more of in the moment, but then to be fair, I stream like twice or 3 times every week, and I think every week I actually talk about how much I appreciate the community. So I actually had experience talking about this in my stream before.
Okay.
So it wasn't too much. It wasn't that much of a big deal to me. Although it does mean a lot to myself when I say it to people, because I really do mean what I say. And just like I told you in the beginning of this podcast, that I would not be where I am without the community. And I'm just glad that I'm able to entertain people and to support the community in my own ways. But I feel like the community has done more for me, I think.
I know, I can tell you at least, like it's heartwarming and it's amazing to see. And real quick, even let's just plug your Twitch real quick. Where can the people watch you if they would like to?
Oh, I really appreciate the plugin. Yes,
no,
so it would be BIZZARRO_flame. So it's basically twitch.tv. Yeah, my tag. Yeah, and it's with 2 Z's and 2 R's for Bizzarro.
Yep. So guys, make sure you go over there, shoot him a follow, subscribe to him if you have the means to do so. Clearly, you can just tell how much this guy loves the community and how helpful he is to everyone. And I don't know, how can you not love this guy? It's so nice. So, off that little tangent, I just wanted to ask about that real quick. We could talk about the Smash attorney lifestyle. So, you went to law school, obviously. Like that almost could be said without being said. So where did you go to school for law?
For law, I went to UC Hastings, basically University of California, Hastings College of the Law.
Mhm.
And weird thing is that very few people know about it in the generally.
Mm.
But it's ironically enough, it was the second UC college built in California.
Oh wow.
So it's like it's really old, but then yep. So it was a wonderful law school. What's it called? People in the legal field really recognized that law school because of how old it is, pretty much. And it's based in downtown San Francisco in the Tenderloin, pretty much in the Tenderloin area, and the Tenderloin is not the best place to be, to tell the truth.
Oh god.
Yeah, so I had to deal with so pretty much for 3 years I was attending UC Hastings, and I was in the dorm like right above the Civic Center. So every day I was pretty much fighting for my life.
Yikes.
Well, maybe I wouldn't go that far,
I
but
understand,
then it gets pretty shady. But then I learned a lot from law school. I learned a lot from living in such area, and it just it pretty much toughened me up, I guess.
I got
Yeah, and and then after law school, I went to work in LA,
Mhm.
and then I moved. And then after working for several months, I found out that I passed the bar exam, which comes like shortly after you graduate from law school, pretty much. So I moved up north to San Francisco to live with my fiance, and then my fiance and I decided to move back down to LA, and we've been here ever since we moved down here in LA.
Nice. Did you always want to do law and be a lawyer in your life, or did you have other aspirations of something you'd want to do?
Well, I think ever since I was 3 years old, I've always wanted to be an attorney.
Wow.
It's because I had what's it called? I had a strong influence from my father, even though he never forced me or he never told me to be a lawyer.
Yeah.
And he actually attended the same law school as I did. Actually.
Oh, nice! That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's pretty much like a family thing now.
Hey, we take those, and it kind of puts a good look on you if the person before you did well, like.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so that's basically where I got most of my inspiration. But Smash really hit me hard when I was mainly when I was in college and in law school, because I was like, because I love the game so much that I played it competitively a lot, and I spent so much time in Melee, even though if I had school obligations at school,
Right.
and I think I was able to balance both sides out very well, especially as long as you're spending your time wisely, and that's pretty much the same way that I'm same method that I'm using for my work and Smash life right now.
Right. Okay. No, that's really, really cool. It's really refreshing to hear, and that's pretty cool that you go to the same school your dad did. That's interesting. Did you ever think about maybe applying to Nintendo to work for their law team? Because I can assume they have one, or they have some team of attorneys. I don't know if they need spares, but I mean, hell, you play their video game and you're damn good at it. Why not?
I never really thought of it until you talked to me about it, because although I love Nintendo products and games and so on and everything about them, I don't know, for some reason that thought never crossed my mind, and I'm not sure. Yeah, but I'm not sure whether I would want to work as part of the legal team with Nintendo, because it's such a new field in that it probably deals with a lot of intellectual property law.
Right.
And although I love intellectual property law, I don't have enough. In my opinion, I don't have enough sufficient experience with with intellectual property litigation because I've been mainly handling business litigation and so on.
Okay.
But
no, I got you.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, that was actually going to be a question I was going to ask. What type of law do you work with? Like, if people need a representative and they want to come to you, what kind of law do you handle?
So I handle basically civil litigation and trial laws. So basically, I handle like almost everything under the umbrella, and I do a few intellectual property as well. It's just that I just need a lot more experience. I would need more experience in IP law before working for a legal team such as a big legal team in a company like Nintendo. But yeah, I do a wide variety of I cover a wide variety of litigation law, including torts, basically personal injury, business litigation, wage and hour, disability rights.
Gotcha. So you basically do cover almost everything. Nice.
Yeah, I just don't touch specialized fields of law such as tax or immigration or something like that.
Gotcha. And that's pretty much what the college like prepared you for, essentially, is to do all this stuff, or was that like a specific thing that you? I don't know if like when you go to law school, if that's with majors or if that's just like how you graduate. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, it's weird for law school. It's like they basically teach you how to take tests
okay.
and to read cases and so on. But then at least for litigation and trial, it's like a whole new world when you graduate and you pass the bar and you join a litigation firm. They don't even teach you 1% at law school about how to do most of the litigation work.
Huh.
So I know it sounds counterintuitive, but I guess law school just focuses on one major area. That's basically how to read case law and how to read statutes and how to take tests. I guess a good chunk of that is trying to teach you how to pass the bar in the first place.
Gotcha. Which is really a big deal. And I think I might have even been in your celebration stream that night when you passed and you went live. That was
really?
I might have been. I can't quite say. I feel like it was a while ago now. Like a pretty good time away. But
and regardless, thank you very much for bringing that up. That was such a happy time. That was one of the most happiest moments of my life. And if you did attend, I would like to thank you for being part of that.
Of course, man. Of course. It was a sick time to be there. It was sick. So I do know that you have to get going rather soon. I don't know if you have to get going now. If you have time for like one more maybe segment that we have.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's just go through this. Yeah,
sure.
That's fine.
Okay,
I'm on the roll right now.
I love it. Then let's bounce back into the Smash world. I wanted to talk about another salty sweet that might have happened. The actual Kage versus Bizzarro Flame salty sweet. Now, going into that salty sweet, were you a little bit more? I don't want to say like cocky for this one, but I want to say, did you feel like, oh, this is going to be the match that I need to, like, I got to beat this guy to show the world I'm the best Ganon, and then things kind of just slithered away, something like that?
Well, it's really unfortunate, and I don't want to take credit away from Kage whatsoever, but
of course.
But this is how it was, and I was really disappointed that I couldn't face him in January of 2015 for on the same month as the Apex 2015.
Right.
Primarily because I had a lot more time to play Melee that time, and during on the day of the Salty Sweet at EVO 2015 against Kage, it was just 2 weeks right before my bar exam. Actually.
Oh, okay.
It was and will forever be the biggest exam of my life. So I did not have much time to dedicate to Melee whatsoever. And it's just how it is. But then I still gave it my all just to give respect to Kage, and it was what it was, and it is what it is, and it wasn't. And now that I look back on it, I could tell that I did try to give it my all, and it's not, even though if I did get 5-0'd, I thought that for every one of the matches I actually could have it actually could have turned in my favor, and I could have actually gotten the momentum back. But I could definitely tell that Kage was definitely was working on the Ganondorf Ditto matchup.
Yeah.
And his work did pay off, and like I said, credits due where credit is due.
For sure. Would you guys like to maybe do a rematch sometimes?
That would be lovely, yeah.
Another salty sweet?
Well, I would say that I would first want to beat him in a tournament match first, and then we can do a salty sweep because I do not want the community to be let down again from our last salty sweep. But then I just want to give them some hope and expectation that I actually do have a good chance this time, and that's basically how I want to plan it out. But then I would love to face Kage in tournament one day, and the interesting thing is that before the salty sweep, I think my relationship with Kage was okay, but I just didn't like how Kage. It felt like Kage was jealous about everything about most things that happened, most good things that happened to me, and I kind of didn't like that. But then after the salty sweet, like he pretty much backed off from that, and it was a lot easier just to talk to him and just to discuss about stuff and just be good friends and all,
Right. No, and that's pretty cool.
I didn't really know him per se, like know him that much per se before the salty sweet, I would say.
Okay, so that salty sweet was where you guys got to meet a lot more, whereas you and Eichelman, like at the first salty sweet, you guys had known each other before. You got to kind of rip on each other and then have a fun little salty sweet about it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. So then we keep talking about all these Ganons out there, but what's your take on Ganon? Like, how do you feel that character is progressing in the meta nowadays? Like, we're in 2017 now. The game's been out for what? Isn't it like almost 15 years, something like that? I don't even know.
So I would say that Ganondorf's placement right now, I think. Well, let's talk about the tier list first. So it looks like he keeps on teetering off each year, and I actually agree with the tier list. I actually think that his people are getting more and more familiar with how to exploit Ganondorf as their opponents in the neutral game, especially. So that's the main reason why Ganondorf is teetering off, and another factor would be people's recovery. People are getting so much better at recovering in general, especially with the Fox with his Firefox angle, or even Falco in that. And it's just so even though Ganondorf does have the Tipman spike, the reverse up air,
right,
or in other words, the reverse up air, it doesn't work. It doesn't work anymore if Fox side Bs perfectly side Bs.
Yeah, gets like the sweet spot and all that.
Exactly, yeah. So that's basically why Ganondorf is falling off, but he's still pretty decent and good in other matchups such as Marth, Ice Climbers, and Samus and other characters. Although he's struggling more and more against Falcon each year, also.
Yeah,
unfortunately. But yeah, I think Sheik, Fox, and Falcon are pretty much the three banes of Ganondorf. But then for the other matchups, it's not bad. And I encourage the back room to place Ganondorf lower and lower in the tier because the more you underestimate a character, then the more then the bigger the upset will be. So bring it. That's fine.
I love it.
Fine with me.
I love that actually. In fact, I was even going to bring up the fact that when you were coming up as a Ganon, like, did you have I feel like I might have actually asked you about this. Did you say you have like Ganon that you inspired to be like, or tried to tried to become, but then like obviously like add your own play style in?
You know what? It's hard to say. I never really had a role model as I was playing Gandalf. It was more like I really taught myself. But then I did take a few notes especially from Linguini and Tipman.
Okay.
But I was mainly on my own because I was like one of the very rare Gandalfs in California and the West Coast in general. So I really had to teach myself, and it was a long and arduous process, but it really did pay off at the end.
I like it. So you basically just develop your own play style, and because a lot of people, I feel like when they think of Ganons, they see like a box type, like a boxing out type of character, and sometimes very passive. But that's like at a much more, I would assume, lower level. But when they get higher level, their movement can increase, and like they can seem to look a little bit more how the community will literally describe it, swaggy. And I guess you basically came up with all of this on your own from the minute you started, essentially.
Yeah, pretty much. I just let everything flow, and I think what really helped with gaining the support of the community was just to be myself, and I really take pleasure. Like, it's just me naturally. It's just basically how I was born, but I just really take pleasure in just treating people well. It really makes me feel good when I treat others the way I want to be treated.
That's awesome, man. Follow that golden rule.
And I think it just had a direct, like an indirect. Yeah. I think I know where I left off then.
Sure.
Yeah. So basically, the way that people people accept me for who I am. I'm always thankful for that, and I'm just really happy that the community accepts me for who I am.
Of course. And I think Smashers as a whole, like, we accept everyone. I see very rare occasions or even historic occasions where like anyone's ever just been like shunned out of a community. Like, we're all pretty accepting of each other, and we love each other at the end of the day, and we all have an interest in a pretty awesome game, so I don't see how we could really be too mad at one another.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
So
that's my sentiments.
Yeah, right. So I guess I know we're gonna let you go here. I had two little chat questions I was gonna try and get out before I set you free. My man Codeman from the chat, a legendary P2 player, my boy and savior. He was actually at Smash the Record. I don't know if you guys got to meet, but that would have been awesome if you did. He asks the question, what are your top, who are your top 5, what are your top 5 games?
Yeah, that's a big question, actually.
Oh, really?
Can I cut it down to 2 or 3?
Sure, yeah, let's just do 3.
It'll be hard for me to brainstorm. Okay,
sure,
so
no problem.
My first one would definitely be me versus Cyclone. That's a given, right? That was definitely one of the most fun. The second one would be.
I think he meant like other games to play. I'm hoping he means that.
I think you're right. I think he means other games to play.
Probably.
Okay, so besides Melee, of course, so let's just say top 5.
Yeah.
This is even harder now.
Oh wow.
Let's see. Top 5 games. I really loved Super Mario World.
Okay.
Super Mario 64. Legend of Zelda, Link to the Past.
Mm-hmm.
Final Fantasy 9.
Nice.
And man, this is so tough.
Yeah.
What's my 5th one?
I would almost say you can throw Melee on there for a cheat if you want to.
Hey babe, what's the game that I'm really crazy about besides Melee?
Final Fantasy.
Oh, I already said Final Fantasy.
Princess Maker 2.
Princess Maker 2? No, I mean that was an okay game.
I think it's a good game. It's very detailed,
Oh, I would say Resident Evil 4. Yeah.
Ooh, okay. That's a good
Yeah,
one.
that
That is a
yeah,
good one.
Yeah, I replayed it recently. It never gets old, I swear.
Dude, play that on your stream. That'd be sick.
Oh, I think I already did, actually.
Oh, you
Yeah,
did?
yeah.
I missed that. I never
Yeah, oh
watched
well.
that. Damn. Oh,
Yeah, I know.
Kicking myself.
Don't worry about it, yeah. It's kind of weird. It's like people come and go on my stream, and
Right.
it's just, everyone gets to watch a little piece of something.
True. Well, my last comment on here, it's not even a question. It's actually by a fellow Ganon main, a Capital Region Ganon main from New York. He says, I don't have an actual question, but I just want to say thanks for being my inspiration.
Oh, thank you very much for saying that, bro. I just really appreciate when you guys. Oh yeah, so I really appreciate when you guys say the exact or similar line to me, and you know, it's just what keeps me going, and it's what wakes me up in the morning, and it's definitely what gets me smashing. Thank you very much.
It's what gets him smashing. I love it. Well, Bizz, I understand you gotta get going, man, and I can't thank you enough for coming on. Can't thank you enough for all the help you do for the community, all the nice things you say about the community. I know you got a special place in my heart. I know you got a special place in probably all Ganon mains' hearts. And I don't know, I can't thank you enough for coming on, my man. I would love to get to talk to you even more at some point. I understand you got a busy life, but maybe, who knows, maybe we'll find another day to talk even more and just shoot the shit and talk about life, you know? Who knows?
Hey man, sounds good, young D0nut. I would really like to appreciate you for allowing me to come onto your podcast. Thank you.
Oh, of course, man. Thank you so much. I would love to give you a chance right here. If you'd like to plug anything else, I know we talked about your stream, but if there's any special thanks you'd like to give, any plugs you'd like to give before we close out for the night, feel free.
Yeah, I mean, to all of you Ganon mains out there who enjoy who support me or their support of top Ganondorfs in general, you guys are what keeps Ganondorf living in the Super Smash Bros. Melee competitive scene, and I can't thank you guys enough for keeping the dream alive. And even though if it gets rough, please keep smashing and just never give up. Okay?
Hell yeah. Keep smashing, never give up. Guys, make sure you go shoot this guy a follow on his Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Bizzarro_Flame, BIZZARRO_FLAME. Go over to his Twitter. Is your Twitter, is it the same thing, Bizzarro Flame?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah.
It's the exact same spelling. Yeah.
Gotcha. Guys, make sure you go over there, shoot him a follow. Like him on Facebook. I think he's got like 2.1k likes. Let's get that to like 1 billion or something. I don't know. This guy deserves it. Guy is awesome. Jason, Bizz, the Bizzarro legend. I gotta thank you so much, man. Thank you so much for coming on. Guys, this has been The Bakery, and we will see you next week. Goodbye.
Good night, guys. Keep styling.